Wonderful. So that's a great introduction. So also here with us, I told you, Josephine.
Last name Mazik.
Josephine Mazik. She's the executive director for FAN DC. Welcome, Josephine. Josephine, tell us what the FAN organization is and what it stands for.
Thank you so much for that introduction, and thank you, KATHON, for believing in our work and believing in our mission. FAN DC, short name, long name is Fihonkra, Akoma, and Tuaso, and it actually means Safe Places Linked Hearts. And our jam is to be a youth-centered pair-operated center, our youth-centered community of safe places and linked hearts. And we provide programming and out-of-school time programs for kids and families that have been or may be impacted by the child welfare system. And since I took over, we've been around since 2005. Founded because typically when kids are placed in care, they usually get placed late, and by the summertime, camp registrations are closed, so they didn't have a space to call home for the summertime and get that extracurricular activity. And so our co-founders founded the space to operate as that. And I took over as the executive director in 2019. And since then, our jam has just been to make sure that we elevate youth voices, be kind, be nurturing, be loving, and just give the kids the space, the autonomy, and the time to be kids, and to be soft, and to be held, and to recognize their fullest potential.
I love that. And you guys are a sponsor of God Speaks, One Heart, One Love, One Community, the day of events. So some of the proceeds will go towards their organization, or they're just funding this so that you guys can partner in this?
No. The whole event is to bring funding to the FAN organization.
Got you.
And also joy and inspiration to the community through music, through a community panel where they can engage with hopefully some of the leaders in the community, so we can have some change, and just showing the community that, you know, when people come together, man, some amazing things can happen.
Got you. So you also partner, and I'm going to come back to you also, Josephine, to talk about some of the needs of FAN and how our listeners, in fact, let's do that now. I'm going to put this here. All right, so tell us, I know that you're partnering with God Speaks, but also tell us some of the needs that you have and how our listeners in the future can plan to also support FAN.
Okay. Well, we are a small but mighty nonprofit. We have a small team of 6 and an operational budget of about a little over $500K, which may sound like a lot to some people, but when running an organization and feeding over 60 kids annually, that gets eaten up pretty quickly. And we're still in the position where we're fundraising for the fiscal year that we're in. And as an organization and thinking through sustainability, that's not ever a place that you want to be in. And really, when people think about small grassroots organizations, they're thinking, oh, well, we'll come invest some time. And time is cool. Like, we'd love for you to come be with our kids. They're thinking, oh, we'll give you some paper, we'll give you some pencils, we'll give you supplies and like things. And we're always grateful for those things, but we have some big asks that we need to fill and some big gaps that we need to fill. The first thing that we could use is to close our funding gap of $200K. I'm still about a little under $200K short of raising our operations budget for this year, and it ends June 30th.
Wow.
So that's a need. We need laptops and iPads so that our kids can learn technology at the same rate as their peers in other parts of the city. We need a treasurer and a secretary for our board. If there's anyone interested that knows about board needs and how boards function and run, our board is very young, and we could use that experience. Working with the church, we actually utilize space from the church. They've been gracious to let us use their space, but we service 60 plus kids annually in a 1,600 square foot annex building. We could always use more space. we need a new refrigerator and an outside pantry, because we do run a community pantry outside of that space. We put prepared meals that are donated, fresh produce, and non-perishable items and wellness items that the community have access to, and they can just come and get anytime. Things get weathered. The community we live in, there's a little challenge. People get bored. Sometimes things break. We could use maintenance to keep those things up, and also donations to keep the pantry stocked.
Okay.
We need new toilets. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. Our toilets are a little slow. When you flush them, you know how that happens. So we would need some toilets that flush a little quicker, just so our kids can use them more rapidly. Board games, Xbox, VR thing, you know, the tech things that kids love. And an outside shed or privacy fence, just to keep our space in our areas need. We also provide transportation to and from programming for our youth participants. And right now we have one van. It's a 15-passenger van, so we can only provide space for 13 kids to be transported to and from. We would love another van to bring more kids. That's a part of our program and our mission to being a safe and connected space. Like, we want to make sure when our kids come to us that they're safe, and when they're leaving from us that they're safe. And one of the ways to guarantee that is if we transport them.
Got you. And where can listeners go to find out more information about FAN? I mean, this is great to get this information out, but I really want a point of contact where they can go, click onto the website, call a phone number, and they can also be a part. So where do we go?
So our website is FAN, that's FAN-DC.org. You can also find us on Instagram, and our Instagram is FIHANKRA-DC. That's FIHANKRADC.
Wonderful.
And you can also give me a call. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to put my personal
Hold us off.
Awesome. I love this. Thank you so much. It's always work to do. It's always something to do. And I love that we're bringing attention to FAN, and so how our listeners can also be a part of that. Now, FAN is one of the sponsors and a partner with God Speaks, One Love, One Heart, One Community, a day of faith, fun, and family. April 21st from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And they're at 2815 Stanton Road in Southeast DC, right in the heart, with some great gospel go-go bands. Man, a lot of great stuff is happening on that day. So another partner is this.